did it.
I just got excited. Yeah, we're live.
I heard a beep.
Hello, ladies.
Back in the basement.
Cheers. Back in the base. Our studio.
Studio.
Back in our
In the
studio.
studio.
What?
Dusty was just like, what's the name of the studio where they did the Tonight Show? We went on a ride at Universal. And I was like, I can't remember.
I don't know the name of it either. Is there?
That's what he wanted
It has
to
like
call
a
your
fancy
house.
name.
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, well,
like-
we're gonna have to
I
find
don't
that
know.
out for next
Maybe-
week.
It probably wasn't. It was probably like ABC Studios or something.
How are you guys? We're so excited to be back.
You know.
I mean, it's been a busy off season, so we had to focus, and now we're back. Football season's back.
I'm holding on to summer.
She's holding on, and it's not very warm in this studio, so she's really holding on to summer because she's got her tank top on, fighting it. So,
Fighting it.
do we want to start out with our snacks? Well, let's start with our drinks first because then we have to talk about our snacks.
Yes.
Okay. I'll start.
Okay.
So this, shout out to Paula. This is from Italy. She brought it back
nice.
for me special, along with this cute stopper, which is a
I didn't
lemon.
get any wine.
Well, she likes me a little more than you would think. So just saying.
Interesting. Okay.
So, but thank you so much. I am drinking it this evening. I appreciate that. What you got?
Oh, you know me. Little Pinot Grigio.
Grand Traverse.
I have one of our listeners talked about some THC drinks that we tried one time. So I'm trying the Backyard Brewed Tea, Peaches and Tea. THC drink.
Yummy.
Yes, I remember him actually.
How is that? Is it
commenting.
good?
It's so good. I mean,
Right.
it's like the perfect summer drink.
Because you're holding on to summer.
Heat it up. Heat it up for the fall.
Right. Add a little apple spice.
Yeah.
And then we have our sponsor. Do you want to talk about our sponsor?
Yeah, our sponsor sent us some chips and salsa for the evening with our cute Chi-Chi's hat.
Yes, and the chips and salsa happen to be in Grandma Mert's chip and dip bowl.
That cannot be ever thrown away.
I know Danielle
by the
almost
way.
threw it away. It's
I
like
did.
my Grandma Mert is 90 years old, and I think she's had this the whole time she's been alive.
I love it. Grandma Mert sounds 90 years
She does
old.
sound. That's a.
I love it.
Is that a
She's
real? Is that a
amazing.
real name?
What's her real name? Myrtle Ann.
Myrtle Ann, yeah.
That's adorable.
I can get behind that. Okay.
Yeah, so big thanks to Chi-Chi's for the hats.
Sponsor.
I
and
love
the
my hat.
chips
On
and
our
stuff.
hiatus, they didn't want us to have to cook tonight, so
You guys know Dusty and I met at Chi-Chi's. Did you know that?
guys, did
What?
you?
Yeah.
That's where you
there?
met there.
Yeah, we were we were set up on a blind date, and the people who set us up were like this other couple who knew each other, and then like he knew the guy and I knew the girl, and the other guy had a work party. It was the other guy's work party
At Chi-Chi's?
At Chi-Chi's.
See, that's back in the
Oh
day.
my
That's
gosh.
real.
Yeah.
The best.
And so they were like, why don't you guys come to his work party? So I went first. I got there first. And then there was like a whole thing. I think I've talked about it before. There was like, they had a whole like secret code where, because I'd never met the other guy before either. And so he called Dusty and like had this like code word for whether I was like worth coming or whether he should turn around and go back home.
I love it.
He said it was like somewhere in the middle.
Well, that's why you didn't marry him.
Dustin.
No, I think
No,
it
the
was
other
the
guy
other
said
guy.
The guy said, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
why the
Dusty
other
got
guy
there and he
lost.
was like, you're crazy. She's a 10.
yeah,
No, I don't think he actually said
of
that.
course
but,
he did."
you know.
You're a 10 now. You
He
were a
said it
7
later
after.
that night. That's all I'm saying.
Summer.
Oh, so this went on for the whole evening.
Okay,
Cheese
that's
for
cool.
the win.
Yeah, so we met at Chi-Chi's.
I used to smoke cigarettes at Chi-Chi's. I loved it.
God.
Do you remember when you could public
Smoke in a
service
restaurant?
announcements? Yeah.
It's not good for you.
But do you remember you could sit and have chips and salsa and you order nothing else and then you could just sit with your friends and smoke cigarettes the whole time?
It's like,
I
think about doing that.
Totally
now.
cool.
Think about sitting inside of a restaurant with food and just puffing
Oh
away.
my
Think about
god.
smoking now though. It is
I know.
completely like
No, I
off the
thought it was
charts.
hot shit in Chi-Chi's.
So cool.
It must be the age we were at. We could smoke. We could get dinner for $5 or $6 with chips and salsa.
I think I would
Chimichanga.
split it. I'd be like, let's split
I
something.
smoked
'cause-
clove cigarettes there.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the only time I ever smoked that summer. Chi-Chi's. Clove cigarettes.
Man, those were the days.
Aw.
Their chips and salsa were
miss
legit.
Thanks
good.
for the memories, Chi-Chi's.
Yes.
For the memories, we love you.
Yeah.
So I do want to have some of that though in a minute for sure.
Okay.
What else do we got? What's been going on?
Where was your first date? Did you ever talk about that? Did we ever talk about your first date?
Well, I mean, it was kind of, we
Boring.
met at work. One of our friends said, "Hey, let's all go out for drinks," and I don't know, one of us may have drank too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shocker.
Mike.
And ended up that I had to get a ride home, And so that was our first official date. So really, he got to meet me like who I really was, like day one.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
How about you? You were, I know you met at the bar, but where was your first
I
date?
feel like our first date was a movie, and it was the Titanic.
Oh,
But it was
Kevin, so cheesy.
No, it was so. It was when it first came out. We had no idea what it was about, right? It was
Such
like
a great movie.
first time in the theater. Well, I don't really think you want a first date though in like a 4-hour movie.
Oh,
No, because
God,
you didn't look
yeah.
at
You're
her.
not
Oh
even
my God.
talking
The
to each
funniest
other.
part was he ended up telling me later it was this old theater, and he was sitting like his seat was completely ripped and there was no stuffing inside of it. You know those old ones. So he had to sit there for like 3
Oh my
hours.
God.
He's like, "Oh my God, my back hurts so bad." I was like, "Get me out."
Did you guys eat popcorn and like hold hands on the popcorn bowl?
That's terrible. I don't really.
I mean, it was
remember.
a century ago. If
I
you think
remember
about it,
it-
do you really
no.
remember all your
Oh my
details?
God.
Shit,
I mean, it must have
no.
been an okay date, but I do remember going on a blind date, and I think it was Chi-Chi's or like a Mexican restaurant in college.
Surprised you didn't marry that guy.
No,
Right.
this dude took me there, and then I found out there was a table of 20 people. It was his high school reunion.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was so mad. Afterwards, I was like,
So he didn't actually pay. He was stealing
I
food
think
from
he
the
just
reunion.
wanted like a girl.
A date to the
Yes.
reunion.
And so
He's
I
like,
was
this
like,
is my girl.
so I ate and I drank a daiquiri and I talked to everyone. We got in the
That's
car and I
great.
was like, take me home.
That's so great.
That's awesome.
I love it. Yeah, when we were dating, I used to sing in a band, so I was gone like every night, every weekend. And so when I met him, and I met him at a bar, and I was like, I had the night off, whatever. He had no idea like what I did on this, like that I sang or did anything. And so one night he was like, are we gonna hang out? I'm like, I can't, I have to work. He's like, what do you do? I was like, not what you think. I'm like, I actually sing in a band. And he never ever saw me sing in the band. That was not his jam. So,
Wow.
I don't know.
We, Dusty played hockey when I met him, like old man hockey, I guess. Like, I mean, I think he was late 20s when I met him, actually. But so we played on this hockey league, and he asked if I wanted to come watch him play hockey. And I was like, I love hockey. Yes, of course I want to come watch you play. And I freaking hate hockey. I always have. I call it ice soccer. No offense to any soccer players out there, but I think it's super boring. I hate it, and I always did. But I lied through my teeth.
Although it's funny that he asked you, do you want to watch me go play hockey? And
you want to
you're
watch my hockey game?
Sure.
Have you ever been to a Red Wings game though?
I have. I hated it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I will tell you
I
that
just
was
remember
one
the
of my
seats were so high up, and I was like, I'm just
loved it.
back and forth.
I wouldn't sit down and watch hockey except for when they were good.
But yeah.
I loved it live. Like it was so exciting because the people are so into it. Like they're
Yeah.
diehards. You know what I mean? So
I
it
think
makes
I
it so
might
fun.
maybe like it a little more now. Like my Grady plays lacrosse, and so there's a lot of like hockey
Yeah.
and lacrosse,
Yeah.
and so I might like get it now. But growing up, we didn't have hockey in Brown City. No one I knew played hockey.
See, we
it was
did
like
in Ohio. I don't know if Ohio's big at hockey, but Bowling Green was.
Ohio's not big at anything.
Oh,
yeah,
Wah,
that's
wah,
true.
wah. Driving through Ohio is like
I mean,
Yeah.
how
It's
did
the
they
armpit
play
of
this
America.
weekend? I don't know how they did.
I don't
know.
even pay attention. To
Nobody
them.
knows.
I know how Michigan did.
Let's move on. So now,
Do you know how Michigan State does?
I actually don't. And I don't care about either.
you're like, I don't care. She doesn't care.
Wow.
at all.
Just in case you were wondering, Michigan State won, and they're currently sitting at the top of the Big
Who'd they
Ten.
play?
I did know that they won.
They played Maryland.
Yeah, they did
Right?
play Maryland.
See? Were you trying to trick me? I watched
No,
the game.
what I'm saying to you is we played
somebody harder.
Texas.
Yeah, somebody already.
Okay.
And also, you didn't get to cheat this time.
Well, listen,
Oh, here we
that's
go.
that
It's
ship has
football
sailed.
season.
That ship has sailed. We're
Has
moving
it?
on, but
Has it?
she's got nothing else. This is
I'm
what we're
like
talking
Switzerland
about.
over here. Like,
Are you? Speaking of football, the Lions.
Oh.
That was an amazing game. We both had boys that went to the game, and
they said it was so loud. They said it was put together. They had little wristbands
Yeah.
that made like the lights flicker.
Yeah.
They would all, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
I saw
awesome.
my girl Tara. Hi, Tara.
Hi, Tara.
I saw a video. She took a video of the lights flickering. It looked super cool, but she did
love
say
that
her
they did
ears
that.
were ringing for
Yeah.
like 2 days.
I mean, what a cool
afterward.
experience. It's exciting to see what's going to happen. Like this year, it's like Last year was exciting.
I don't like it.
No, it makes you
I like
nervous.
to be the underdog. I always like to be the underdog.
Oh, you don't.
So
Yeah,
you're-
because
I don't like
the
it.
expectations
I
now.
know.
So you're not disappointed.
They're so fun to
Yeah.
watch, though. Like I was actually curled up on my couch, ready to
know.
go. Like I thought it was fun.
I was like, I'm getting loud. I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, what's wrong with me? This is weird. And then I had to go to bed because, it was bedtime.
Apparently, I am the loud one anyway at sports. I don't know how that came
Oh.
up. Just saying, in general, like I'm the loud mom.
You are definitely loud. You're
I
definitely
thought-
loud.
I think you're loud. I stood up and screamed at our kids' games.
I
You're
couldn't.
fun.
Yes, the next day my throat actually hurt. And I said, I said,
I mean,
I
don't remember us
when
screaming.
you're winning, it's awesome, but you're also loud when you're
I'm
losing.
probably louder when we're losing.
And
Yeah.
your kids throwing the ball, like I would,
Yeah.
I
Lose
would
my
be,
mind.
I would
I
have
mean,
eyes closed.
I got it. I probably wouldn't even be able to watch. I'd have to leave.
Well,
Guess
I
what?
did when he was doing poorly the first game. I think I walked out 3 times.
At the Lions game, nobody would hear you
Right,
screaming.
that's what I
Right,
need. That's what I
right.
need. So, speaking of football and football players, I have my favorite on the list out of all the football players.
Like how they look.
I mean, yeah. Let's just get right to
I
it.
mean,
Oh, I think the guy. I know who you like, and he's cute.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, terrible name.
I told
cute
you guys, this
I
makes
kinda
me
like
feel
the name.
dirty.
It's kind of like rolls
I'm
off
not
the tongue.
playing.
Why?
Because we are old and
Oh,
they're
yeah, that's-
like
oh,
how
young. They're
20
like little boys.
no.
He's not 20.
No, 28, I think.
What?
Look him up.
What's his first
27.
name?
Jimmy. Look him up. But
He
the
looks
other
very
Very
hairy.
young. I
Here's
don't
the
like
other thing.
20-year-olds. That's weird.
no, he's not 20. He's like 28.
They're all 20
They're
year
all
olds.
20.
That's what I'm saying. We're old. Now we're like,
He's 32.
Yes.
He was not
He
20.
is?
Yeah.
I didn't say 20. I was finishing my sentence and you cut me off.
you're
I was,
pushing 50.
Your mom's pushing 50. Whatever. Don't ruin my.
I mean, I'm just saying, like 30 even is like, whoa, that's really young.
I mean,
32
you think
is
you're a
better
spring
than
chicken.
20s.
I am.
How old are you? Don't say 39. Don't you try that. I know what you're going to do here.
I am 44.
Okay, Mom.
Catching up to us.
You keep getting older too.
It did seem like she used to be a lot younger, and
Yeah.
now that we're here, yeah.
I mean, I don't feel a lot younger, let me tell you.
You are a lot younger. I'm envious of that.
I'll
But
be
then-
45 in like a month.
But then I also think about it, ladies, all of us ladies, like we do a lot. And so aging is a part of the process, but I think we really try to hold it together pretty good, you know.
Kind of
So,
privilege.
yeah.
We could be dead.
yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. That's a good
We're
way to
not dead.
think about
Can we
it.
talk
not
about Jimmy
dead.
Garoppolo more though? This
Yeah.
is kind of
Let's not talking about being dead.
Well, you're the one that like is
You know
attracted
who
to
I-
children.
Do you know
Okay.
why?
What?
That's
Oh, gosh, that's gotta get cut. I'm not the one now anymore.
Okay, so we're getting canceled day one. Welcome back. So let's take a little break there for a second. Do you know who I wish was a football player?
Who?
Glenn Powell. How old is he? He's
Who is Glenn Powell?
he
Who
is
is Glenn Powell? I feel like I know. I just
he
heard his
is
name.
from from Maverick. From,
Oh, he's
and then
very,
he's also in what's
He's
it,
cute.
Twisters, that movie.
No
Oh
idea.
yeah, he's
Still
in
no
the
idea.
new Top Gun. He's the main
Yes.
character in
Yes.
Top Gun.
So
You know who he is. Did you?
He's
see
I
Top
thought that was the
Gun?
guy that played Elvis Presley.
no, he's Iceman in Top Gun.
Who's the guy that played Elvis Presley?
Yeah, that's the other
He's
guy.
35. That's better.
Oh.
But I feel like he looks younger than
He
the
does look
football guy.
younger.
He's got a young face. He's adorable. See, but I think that's adorable. Like I don't. Yeah.
So
Would you guys want to be like a cougar? Could you be a cougar?
Yeah, but if we
I
were
don't think I
cougar,
could.
you could date somebody that was 38. No, I
you could do 40
I think I'd
even.
be one of those people that
You know how
would
there's
seem
like some
weird.
some people, like famous people who are like in their 40s and they date like 20-year-olds.
Demi Moore's boyfriend.
Ashton Kutcher, when she dated Ashton Kutcher,
She
even.
married him, but she's
was, like,
dating.
50
I think
then.
she's dating like
Even
a
now
30-year-old
she
now.
is. I don't.
Honestly, I want to say
I
even
couldn't do it.
27.
I feel like I'm 48, but I don't feel 48. So I could see maybe 40 is probably.
Look up how old she
Yeah.
is and her boyfriend is. And she, by the way, I mean, she's gotten some stuff done, a few things here and there.
Really?
She looks great, but I always wonder, like, what was she really?
She's 61.
And then,
She's 61.
yes.
Oh my lord.
So you know what? Kudos to you, but I think her boyfriend is 27.
No, I could not do that.
I really do think
Talk
he
about
is.
self-conscious like that. There's no way he. Does he think you look old?
Things happen to your body that you can't see on the outside
no,
when you're
there-
61.
There's
like,
unforeseen things. So you just
like,
shit
I
happens.
I can't imagine like you're 61 and I mean things are like
It's like when you look at a picture of
Drying
yourself
up.
and you're like, I look that old. What'd you say? Rotted up?
Drying up.
Oh, dry.
The Sahara Desert has entered the room. Welcome.
and you got this 27-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
no.
that's
Sex
like,
drive,
let's
like,
go.
yeah, you're like, bro.
No, that's no.
At 61 years
my
old, I think that
God.
ship sails at that point, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe
Yeah, that's no. It's
It,
weird
I mean,
either
it
way.
would take a lot of
it is weird.
hormone replacement.
I think it's weird
weird.
either way.
Are you looking up?
She's 61. I'm trying to find. I don't know who her
So-
boyfriend is.
We were talking about this earlier because you had an experience at the dentist.
Oh God,
Right?
yeah.
For some reason, this just popped in my brain. Do you guys go to the dentist and you have your dentist suggest Invisalign, right? Like, does every dentist do that? Is that their sales pitch?
So
Is
I
that-
went today and had my teeth cleaned, which I don't do as often as I should because I really, really hate the dentist. I don't know why. I just cannot stand being there. So, but I went because you should, right? So I did. And
Makes
he's
you a
like
good person.
telling me like, have you ever thought about Invisalign? And I'm like, I mean, I know I have like some crooked teeth. Of course I've thought about it. Like who hasn't thought about it, right? If you got like a little bit of crookedness.
And if it's that easy, right?
Yeah. So then he starts talking about my bite and how it's too close together. And as
then
I
at the
get
bottom?
older, my teeth are going to start chipping because they're rubbing together. And I'm like, oh, that sounds
A little scare
terrible.
tactic.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I need Invisalign. So I go home and Dusty's like, how was it? And I was like, it was fine. And he's like, see, I told you it wouldn't be bad. And I was like, yeah, but it's going to cost me like $5,000.
And I signed the papers
Yeah.
today.
And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, he said that I need Invisalign or my teeth are going to start just falling out
See,
and breaking off.
I feel like no.
And Dusty's like, he told me the same thing. And then Parker comes walking in the room and she's like, yeah, he told me I needed Invisalign too. And I'm like,
You know what we
it
need?
is?
Here's what we
Is this-
need.
I think it's a thing because like all my kids, like they were seen and I don't know. I just think but they see teeth. They have probably perfect teeth. They want everybody. I feel like unless you are going to the dentist because you have crooked teeth or you don't like your smile, unless your teeth are actually chipping
like
or
you're
have pain.
initiating.
So here's what I think. We need anybody that's watching, if you are or know a dentist that's like a friend. We don't want one that you go to. We want like a
we
personal
want
friend that we can trust.
Personal relationship with a dentist.
Like comment because we want to ask if that's a real thing because
Yeah.
it is it's interesting because mine told me that I should get a bite guard because I clench. I'm like that's just from sporting events, like that has nothing to do with real life. But like honestly, he said you need to get like a bite guard because I'm like then one of his.
Like, how do I know if I
That's like
need it or
$400.
not? You know what I mean? I don't want my teeth to start chipping off.
But you are a doctor, so what if somebody came in and you were like, "You need this," and they were like, "She's just trying to sell me."
It's true.
She's trying to sell me on a new.
I think it's different though because I don't sell the shit, right? Like
Yeah.
the dentist sells the Invisalign. He makes a profit off the Invisalign.
But does
I
he
don't
make a
profit off
Medicine.
medicine. Like I don't have anything to do with that. The
No,
pharmacy does.
You profit off like the visits and people coming
Yeah.
to you paying for
Like if I
advice.
was in plastic surgery, I'd be like, you need a lot of stuff because I'm making that
You
money.
need-
But they'd also be
You need to look like
coming
Demi
to you
Moore.
for plastic
Right,
surgery.
right,
But you
yeah.
were going for a cleaning.
I wish you were a plastic
I mean,
surgeon.
They probably have to be honest.
That would be like someone coming to me so I could like do a breast exam and order a mammogram and be being like, have you ever thought of a boob job?
You're right. You could. I wish you were a plastic surgeon.
You need to get
would
those.
Think about how great it would be for us if she was a plastic
That
surgeon.
would be great.
I'd be like, hey, can you just
Start doing
Yeah. You know,
Botox.
a little
You
bit
could
here
do
and
that.
I got a girl for that. She's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. So.
I got a guy. I got a guy. I got a guy.
You do?
No, I'm saying that's what you do. You know, when you got a
I
guy,
got a guy.
like every time a
I
client.
don't have a girl or a guy for Botox, but I need to find one.
I got a girl
What I'm
for
saying
you.
is every time I go to a client and they ask me like, hey, do you know a roofer? Do you know? I'm
Yes.
like, I got a guy. I got a guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your referral base that you
Like you're
got.
Italian. Right?
Like, I got a guy. I got a guy. I'm good. I got a guy. So I think last thing we probably have to wrap it up, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. That was
Yeah,
What?
that went really fast.
It did go really fast. But last thing I was thinking is what's the plan here for what we're gonna do in the next couple weeks? Because I know we're all excited about being back. We're back. We're gonna be back weekly, sometimes maybe bi-weekly because our kids have crazy schedules. But
We always have stuff to talk about, but like, what else could we talk about? Trivia. What about positions? Talking about different
Like,
positions.
on top,
missionary?
oh,
Well, okay.
That what you
That
mean?
took a turn.
football positions.
Oh, football.
Well, I mean, tight end.
Bring them on.
I think we could
Corner?
talk about that.
Corner,
I mean,
tight
that'd
end.
be fun.
I don't know shit
Let's
about
do a little.
football
Let's do a little
positions.
trivia.
I would love that. That would be fun. And you know what? You guys should actually comment too and tell us what you want to hear about because we love to like bring in new ideas and just have some fun. So that would be really cool.
Yeah.
You could throw in some of the stuff you
We'll
guys
talk
talk
about the game every week, but like it was
Yeah.
awesome. Everybody saw.
Oh, it was so great. It was so
I
great.
know. I'm
So-
excited this week because it starts at 1 o'clock.
she can go to bed by
Yeah,
8.
that was a late one.
It was
I
late.
know.
It was really late. So, all right.
That was fun. That was
Well,
quick.
Welcome back, y'all. We're so
back.
excited to be back at it. So, all right. Cheers.
Cheers.